we have an unboxing and one that I didn't even necessarily expect to acquire, but for reasons that I'll get into, I will. Hello, I almost dropped my Balisong on my knee. So in here we have the the Quad FidgetFly V3. Shit. Now, you might have seen a video earlier from me because I have a V1 or a V1 point whatever. However, some updates have happened. Oh, let's see. I'm so glad that you are getting to try out the Quad V3. I hope you absolutely love it. It will keep I I will keep my eyes and ears out for your thoughts. Happy flipping, Ben. Thanks, Ben. So, I now have a V3. So, what are some of the differences of the V1 and V3? Well, right away, I can see that down here, it kind of has like these curved handles, whereas these are just flushed. They also have some face jimping. Not sure if that is anything. These just kind of don't really close on the side here, whereas this one covers much more of the face. These are just some uh, differences that I noticed right away. There's also some texture up here. There's like this big ridge over here on the side, but on the V3 there are some similar face things. When I first got the V1, it's a very thick filament, and so like there's a very coarseness to it. I actually had to sand down a bit. Now, this also is like $20 if you buy a monocolor one, but if you buy a custom one, it's like 24. It's not that big of a difference to the point where I would. I feel that this texture, at least, I don't know if this is a thinner filament, but it feels much smoother compared to this one. This one feels much more textured. This one feels much more smooth. The V3, I should say. Um, there was also some coarseness up here on the original one. This one, yeah, this is. It's not uncomfortable, but it is a little bit coarse. It's smooth on two sides and like much more textured on two others. Will I sand that down? Maybe. I'm actually gonna gift this to someone who is looking for a fidget. I'm gonna teach them how to flip Balisong. So let's see, I guess. Oh, let's also weigh this. This weighs 1.6 last I checked, but I'll double check again. The V1 point whatever weighs 1.16, and the V3 weighs 1.23. So let me just, yeah, 1.23. So not a huge difference, but you know, it is a difference. I am feeling a lot more texture here, and this is mine now, so like I can do whatever the fuck I want. So I might smooth down some of this texture. It's certainly fine. It's not like it's not bad at all. It's just I smooth this down quite a bit with some sanding. So the thing about the quad is that it is very unapologetically itself. It is not trying to be anything that it isn't. It is designed to be a cute, non-threatening flipper that you can put on a keychain. You could bring it to school, or you could bring it to work, and it'll probably go through the TSA. I don't think this would ever even be quantified as like a butterfly knife-esque thing. You could honestly just be like, oh yeah, this is just a toy that I can do like whatever like this with. So I'll probably sand down some of these edges over here and maybe some of the faces over here. But the Quad FidgetFly V3, very small, does fit on a keychain. There are S hooks that you can buy also from the store. I got one. Hello, focus. There it is. So I got one a while ago that I ended up getting it included as like a promo thing. I will say that like this being so small, it's not the easiest thing to flip, but it's also like It's fine. I bought a second one for a reason. And I will say that my original one did crack, I think around here. Let me see if I can find it. Uh, let's see. Yeah, so actually, if you can see here, the pivots on the V1 point whatever are much thinner, and up here they're way beefier. I'm not nearly. I feel like if I break the V3, it's more my fault. Whereas I'm not that like. I'm not that mean with my thing. Hardware also changed. I think he did mention that. Hardware is a little different. This uses, I think, the same kind of. I don't know if this is a Torx driver, but it uses the same size. Might be T10 if it is a Torx driver. I think the heads are the same actually, but the pivots are definitely much more reinforced. As you can see, they're like thinned out here. They're thick all the way through. It's the same width the whole way through, whereas this has some different width. Now, this being slightly thicker means that it's maybe oh so slightly more handle bias. Again, though, it is not that much of a weight difference, and yeah, so I'm gonna gift this. When it did crack, I did just super glue it. Ended up working, and I can't even find where the crack was. So, yeah. You can just buy the handles, because some people have also had their handles crack, and that's cool. But I bought a whole new one just because I figured I would gift this. And blue wasn't even an option back then. So this does come in more colors now. It has it was green and white were the original colors, and he added purple not too long after, and then he added red and blue for the 4th of July or Patriots Day. I don't remember, one of those national holidays that feel very American. So yeah, if you are curious more on my thoughts, I guess you can check out my original video on the core. Actually, I think I did a video. I wanted to wait originally to do a big tier list, which I will at some point. I'm still looking to find a Cycloid 2.1, honestly, to really round out every major plastic Balisong that's currently on the market. But yeah, we'll see. So for a product that is made by it's funny because I'm like, oh yeah, so when I first got this, like the guy who made this is 18, great, good, like it's a good job, and he has innovated upon it, and it's better than before. I've also recently learned that like Static Knives and Frankenforge are like 19 and 20 years old. They're both like really young. It's just like a lot of Balisong makers are young, but this, 3D printing is much more affordable to like prototype and try things and design and fix things, and for $24 plus shipping, like, yeah, this is fine. This is certainly a Balisong that is really inexpensive, and if you are, you want a non-conspicuous one and you want to just dick around, or you want to put on a keychain and you wanted to be able to just have some swag on you or whatever the fuck, this could be it. So yeah, it actually, like, while it is obviously handle biased to a degree, it's so light that it doesn't really matter. I do kind of wish that there was a little bit more tip weight, but what can you do? I don't really know how you would add more tip weight to this. You would have to figure out another way to fit a ball in that, and I don't even know if that's possible. Let me just... Yeah, I think this will feel better once I like sand it down to be smooth, because I did sand this down to be nice and smooth. Like even the original one's handle bias, and this one has more material. So if it was possible to have a thicker blade, yeah, I do think it's really cool. It's a good design. Yeah, you can just, I think part of the original design was to be able to show how much of this, but because it's so fragile, he had to thicken it up. But the design changes have been pretty good. Oh, interestingly, the diamonds are also different shape. These diamonds are much smaller on the V3, as you can maybe spot. The V3 then has the face jimping. So yeah, I don't know if there's too much more for me to say right now. I don't know if I'll make another video, but I will say that this is my second quad. It's one of the few Balisongs I own two. Well, I won't own two for long, but I bought another one and I don't regret it. And this, I upgraded this and fixed this, and I'm gonna sand it down later tonight, and maybe I'll share my views. But quad FidgetFly, you can find it. I'll post a link in the description of the video. It is pretty fun, but if you don't like light and you don't like small, you won't like it. It is what it is, and it's not trying to not be it. So obviously if you hate it, that's not his fault. But you might like it. It's definitely a cute little toy. So thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, tell your father hello. I'm sure he unless he sucks, I'm sorry. But yeah, and check out the coffee and the donation. A little bit goes a long way. If you like this content, I buy all of these Balisongs out of my own pocket, and so yeah, it could be nice to support me if you like my content. And if you like him, support me so that I can buy him dinner and food.